Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
It's okay. Thank you very much for coming for the second part of our 5-part seminar called 5 Shastric Success Principles. And yesterday we spoke about the first principle, which is Sangha. Today is Mantra. Tomorrow is Shastra. And the day after tomorrow is Prasada. And after that is Seva. So until Friday we will have every day in the evening these sessions. And I want to start by reading explanation of the Maha Mantra by 2 acharyas. Maybe you have heard this. I found this on the website of Mahatma Prabhu, who is famous for having japa retreats. I don't understand what it's like on both phones. I didn't start here. It seems that it on 2 phones it goes at the same time. It's live on 2 phones, but I started only on 1.
Okay.
That's strange. And here. Okay, so the first one is from Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami's Maha Mantrartha Vyakya. Actually, this is a poem that glorifies the Maha Mantra first, and then I think there is explanation from Raghunath Das Goswami. Krishna steals every man's mind, but Radharani steals even his when she makes use of her divine talents. Therefore, she is known as Hara. So Hare is the vocative of Hara, and Hara means one who steals Krishna's mind. Because he forcibly pulls Radha from her home with the sound of his flute, filled with his loveliness, that Lord of all enchanting virtues is known as Krishna. Virtues are good qualities. So, Hari and Hara have the same meaning, that is stealing, taking away. It is heard that doe-eyed Radha was taken by Krishna during the Rasa dance to spend time with him alone in a secret grove in the forest. She is therefore known as Hara. So this was Hare Krishna, now Hare. So doe-eyed, do you know what is doe? Doe is not a doe. A doe is an animal. Deer. She deer. Female deer, yeah. So they have eyes like. The black effulgence of Krishna's body turns even the gold of Radharani's skin to black when he embraces her. He is thus known as Krishna. So second Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So this second Krishna means he is black, and even golden complexioned Radharani becomes black when he embraces her because he is big, and then she gets lost in his embrace. Now we have Krishna coming up, Krishna and Krishna. When Radharani ordered Krishna to build the most beautiful water tank in the world as a penance for killing Arishtasura, he called all the holy rivers and tanks to bring water to fill it. Thus, he is known as Krishna. So I don't understand why is he called Krishna in this instance. Yeah? What? The last sentence. He called all the holy rivers and tanks to bring water to fill it. Thus he is known as Krishna. So he invited these rivers to fill the tank. Tank is the reservoir of water. And this is also why he is known Krishna. So that's Hare Krishna. Krishna is the first Krishna. First next Krishna. Because he is forcibly attracted into the forest of the Yamuna's banks by Radha's ecstatic love, where he becomes her playful lover, he is known by the wise as Krishna. This is fourth Krishna name. He is forcibly attracted into the forests on the Yamuna's banks by Radha's ecstatic love, where he becomes her playful lover. He is known by the wise as Krishna. Now we go to Hare Rama. While living in Gokula, Krishna destroyed the powerful demon known as Arishta. At that time, Radha called out to him with great emotion. Doing so, she stole his mind and is known as Hara, again stealing. So how did she steal his mind? By calling him for help, or out of fear she called his name to seek his protection. And Krishna is very overwhelmed by this call of his devotee. So when we call him with sincerely, when we call him by chanting his name, he is also overwhelmed. He is attracted. In the Nectar of Devotion, it is said that Krishna is very grateful when devotee chants Hare Krishna. Okay, close the window. Filled with sweet affection, Radha sometimes glorifies Krishna's pastimes quietly, and sometimes she sings them aloud. Thus those who know the secrets of divine rasa call her Hara. So, second Hare refers to how she sings his glories. Sometimes Krishna becomes so absorbed in Radha's love that his beloved flute slips from his hand. Mad with the desire to enjoy pastimes in the forest bowers with Krishna, Radha steals Krishna's flute. That goddess is thus known as Hara. So Radha is stealing Krishna's flute. When Krishna, the expert embracer, makes love with Radha in the forest bowers, or the caves of Govardhan, he is known as Rama. So it says expert embracer, one who embraces expertly. Radha most compassionately destroys the miseries of her devotees and gives them great joy every single day. Therefore, she is known as Hara. So Hara means takes away. It takes away the miseries of devotees. And gives them great joy also. Krishna, with his beautiful blackish form, submerges the minds of those who worship him in an ocean of supreme bliss. Therefore, he is known by the name Rama. So Rama means supreme enjoyer, but also one who gives supreme joy or supreme pleasure. In a temple forest groves, Radharani brings the infallible Krishna to the pinnacle of joy with her love. Therefore, she is called Rama. She is called Rama. Since Krishna is always by her side, he is known as Rama. So we see that also Radharani is called Rama. You didn't know that? I didn't know that. And why is Krishna called Rama? Because he is always by the side of Radharani, who is called Rama. Who is called Rama. When Krishna heard the cries of the Vrajavasis, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, who were afraid of the forest fire, he quickly swallowed it up, drying their tears. By giving them joy in this way, he is known as Rama. So he gave the Vrajavasis or Brijavasis, he gave them joy by saving them from the forest fire, from the suffering of the forest fire. And this is why he is called Rama. And now we have last two Hares. Krishna left Raja for Mathura in order to slay the demons, but later returned, drawn by the desire to be alone with Radha. Because she attracted him back to Vraja, she is known as Hara. So she stole Krishna from Mathura again. She stole Krishna from Mathura. He took away Krishna from Mathura. And the last Hara, but here it says Hari. I don't understand this. When the son of Nanda returned to Vraja after many years in Mathura and Dwarka, he took away all the distress of its residents. His every action steals the heart of Srimati Radharani, and so he is known as Hari. So the last Hara is explained as Hari, and I don't understand why. Sorry. And now we also have Sri Hari Namartha Ratna Deepika by Srila Raghunath Goswami. And I will read this a little bit later. So, Krishna's names are unlimited, and also the meaning of Krishna's names is unlimited. What? Yes?
I have an understanding question. Every hara was Radharani
Yes.
stealing something from Krishna,
Yeah.
and the last Hari was Krishna stealing something from Radharani. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You understand?
That's what I understood. I just wanted to know if that was correct.
I don't understand. So how can I explain it to you? I don't understand. Because it says Hari, but the last is Hara, so I don't know why it says Hari. Here it speaks about Krishna stealing, but we know that Hare refers to Radha, so maybe I'm rushing too fast to read the writings of Goswamis. So it's, you see, now by reading this meaning of Mahamantra, it's also very much connected to Krishna's pastimes. And sometimes when you chant Hare Krishna, you also remember some of Krishna's pastimes. And I don't know if you have experienced, sometimes you are outside in the public and all of a sudden you hear that somebody is saying Haribol or Krishna, maybe on the bus or on the street, and you're not sure, is anybody chanting Hare Krishna? And you don't see devotees. Sometimes you have, maybe this comes from within, or sometimes Krishna is making a joke with you, and he's somehow making you hear his name, although nobody is even saying his name or chanting his name. So now we have this discipline of chanting, japa and kirtan, and sometimes we have taste for this, but sometimes we don't have a taste for this. And when one develops a taste, then he never wants to give up. Sometimes devotees say, oh, it's so hard to chant 16 rounds. And sometimes devotees say, oh, it's so hard not to chant 16 rounds. Because if you don't chant your rounds, you feel like your mind is completely foggy and you cannot think straight, you cannot think clearly, you feel confused, you have no clarity. Yamuna Mataji asked Srila Prabhupada, when is the best time to chant japa? Do you know what he said?
Always.
Always? Okay. This is beautiful. No, 16 rounds. 16 mandatory or obligatory rounds, which we have to chant. So what's the best time to chant? During Brahma Muhurta, yes?
Something about 1:30 to morning.
In the morning?
Very
Okay. Yes, it's in the morning, but we have to see when. I mean, he said something that maybe you don't know, and because you don't know, I can inquire more from you. Guess, try to guess.
At 1.
At 1 in the night?
1:30 morning.
Oh, okay. Well, any other?
At 5:50.
5:15.
Yes.
That's late. According to what Prabhupada said, that's late. So you see, we do try to do this sacrifice to get up early and to meet Krishna. Imagine if Krishna would come in your dream and say, tomorrow if you get up at 3:30, you can see me. So if your alarm clock is ringing, you don't think, oh, I'm so tired, and close it, stop it. No, you say, oh, Krishna told me I will see him. I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to get ready to see Krishna. I want to be clean. So when we are chanting his name, we are actually meeting Krishna. But we don't have this. We don't have this understanding, and we don't have this realization. And but you will definitely get up. Or if your guru would come, said, I'm coming early in the morning, so you would get up to see him, to meet him. You know. So every day we want to meet Krishna at the time that he wants to be seen. And and then actually it's easier to chant early than later, isn't it? It's much easier. So Srila Prabhupada said to Yamuna that we should chant 16 rounds before Mangalarati. So that means we start maybe 3 o'clock? No, 2:30. If you want to chant for 2 hours until Mangalarati, 2 o'clock or 2:30, you chant. And he was chanting at that time. He was chanting very early. And then you may say, so what shall I do between 5 and 7? Yes. No. Well, you can read, you can chant more rounds, you can pray, you can write, you can read. And then you say, well, but then after prasadam, I will be ready to sleep. Yeah, that's if you have gone to bed late. So this, you can experiment. I invite sometimes devotees who are living outside to come for Mangalarati and stay in the temple. And they come and they have wonderful experience when they get up very early in the morning. So, if you meet a devotee, when we meet a devotee, we ask, how are you? And then you say, I'm fine. And that's it. But you can ask the devotee, instead of asking them, how are you? You can ask him, how is your holy name? That's a better question. And then, how's my holy name? Oh my God, I chant inattentively. I have no great taste for the holy name. I finish my rounds, but it's a little bit mechanical. You know, when I finish my rounds, I put my beads and I say, so it's like effort. So, if devotees ask each other, how is your holy name? So I also recommend that when you have these success partnerships, that you have discussion, how is your japa, how is your holy name, how is your kirtan. Sometimes you can have this discussion, how is your japa, how is your holy name, how is your kirtan, how is your holy name. And in this way, devotees remind each other of the importance of chanting and encourage each other to chant with great dedication and devotion. To chant with great dedication and devotion and with feeling, chanting with feeling. So when you are attracted to something, there is no question of inattentiveness, isn't it? For example, if you are attracted with a plate of prasadam, there is no question of inattentiveness. You are 108% attentive because you're looking, wow, 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 4 or 5 wows, and your focus is 200%. So similarly, if we are attracted to chanting, then we are looking forward to it, and Kirtanya Sadahari, as Prabhuji said, to chant always the holy name, to chant japa always. It's a wonderful answer. I will publish it on my Facebook. So, when should we chant the holy name? Always. That's a wonderful answer. But always after we have finished 16 rounds before Mangalarti. Always after that. So now there is so many inspirational writings of the contemporary devotees and the charyas, past acharyas, about the holy name. And if we read these inspirational texts like what we just read, we will always be inspired to chant. It's very important to get inspired to chant. In the association of acharyas, wonderful quotes, in the association of devotees who like to chant, you can play Prabhupada's japa tape and chant with him, or with some other devotees who are chanting in a very focused way. And in this way, make sure you're inspired to chant, and you always remind yourself about the value of the holy name, like we are doing now. We are reminding ourselves, and I will read later some more quotes. So let us now read by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Illumination on the Jewels of Meaning of the Holy Name. Illumination of the Jewels of the Meaning of the Holy Name. This is in the Holy Name. This is the translation of what I read as a title, Shri Harinamarta Ratna Dipika. Ratna means jewel. Shri Harinamarta Ratna Dipika. By Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So he was one of the 6 Goswamis, main followers of Lord Chaitanya. One day, Radha was feeling separation from Krishna and was meditating on the reunion she hoped to have with him. In order to rid herself of the depression she felt in his absence, she began to repeatedly chant his names. So if Radha can be free from the depression by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then we can also become free from any bad feeling. Oh Hare, you steal my mind with your sweetness. With her next utterance of the name Krishna, she explained how that is possible. So Hare means you steal my mind with your sweetness. She explained how that is possible. The name Krishna comes from the combination of the syllables Krish, which means everything, and Na, which means an identity steeped in bliss. Steeped means immersed. Immersed, you understand? So Krish means everything. And Na means identity immersed in bliss. Thus Krishna is the form of eternity, knowledge and bliss. Sachitananda, who attracts and tempts everyone in every direction with the supreme joy of his own being, a joy which is superior to any other. So Krishna attracts everyone with his beauty and his qualities, and it gives joy to everyone. So Hari, you take away even my most strongly held character traits, like self-control, shame, and fear of my superiors. So now, it seems that Radha is chanting Hari Krishna, not Hare Krishna, because Hare is she. She's chanting Hari Krishna. Because she says, so Hari, you take away all my qualities of a woman, like shyness, self-control, shame, fear of superiors. All this is gone when Krishna appears. Can you imagine? Then, so another Krishna. Then Krishna, you draw us out of our houses and into the forest. Again, it means by your attractiveness. Then when I have entered the woods, you suddenly appear out of nowhere and start pulling on my blue blouse. Blouse is dress. Krishna is pulling the dress. Then Krishna, you start... Then, oh Hari, you wrap me in your arms and lead me off to the bed of flower petals. So he embraces Radharani and then bring her to the bed of flower petals. Then, so this is like very intimate explanation of Mahamantra. I think this will not read anymore. I'm sorry. This is too intimate, like very Madhurya explanation of Mahamantra and the Madhurya mood. So we are neophytes, so we will jump to purport of Madhya Lila. So listen to this. Of all the regulative principles, the spiritual master's order to chant at least 16 rounds is most essential. So this is more appropriate for us. Actually, I didn't read before I came this other one. But the first one was okay. The first explanation was more appropriate. There is another one by Gopal Guru Goswami, but we will read some other time. Now, this is something for us. There is no vow like chanting the holy name. There is no vow like chanting the holy name. No knowledge superior to it. No meditation which comes anywhere near it. And it gives the highest result. No penance or austerity is equal to it. And nothing is as potent or powerful as the holy name. Nothing is as potent and powerful as the holy name. So how can we fall asleep when you chant? When the holy name is the most powerful. Chanting is the greatest act of piety and the supreme refuge. Even the words of the Vedas do not possess sufficient power to describe its magnitude, its greatness. Chanting is the highest path to liberation, peace, and eternal life. It is the pinnacle of devotion, the heart's joyous proclivity. Proclivity means inclination, and attraction, and the best form of remembrance of the Supreme Lord. So chanting the holy name is the pinnacle. The pinnacle means the peak of devotion. The holy name has appeared solely for the benefit of the living entities as their Lord and Master, their supreme worshipful object, and their spiritual guide and mentor. So the holy name has appeared for the benefit of everyone, but we are not taking advantage of the holy name. We are taking advantage to some extent, but we are not taking the full advantage. And most people on this planet are not taking advantage because they are not chanting. Then, so what is the holy name? Supreme worshipful object, spiritual guide, mentor. So you can, when you chant the holy name, you immediately get in touch with spiritual intelligence. In this way you get guidance, what to do. Whoever continuously chants Lord Krishna's holy name, even in his sleep, can easily realize that the name is a direct manifestation of Krishna himself in spite of the influences of Kali Yuga. So continuously, constantly, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. And this is from Sharanagati, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur is quoting this from Adi Purana. This is a quotation from Adi Purana. I had one godbrother, his name is Zavaduta from Slovenia. Once we were at the German farm here in Simchachalam, and there was I think maybe in the Singha festival, and we were sleeping on the floor in the men's ashram upstairs, and in the night he would turn sometimes on one side, another side, and he would chant in sleep, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. He would chant in sleep. I have never heard anybody chant in sleep since that time. But I have heard one devotee chant in sleep. Avaduta Prabhu. So very important point here is to never stop chanting the holy name. And this whole text describes the value of the holy name. So if we remind ourselves about the value of the holy name, that we can chant more enthusiastically. And now there is some very famous verse, Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukto Abhinatvam Nama Naminoho. The holy name of Krishna is transcendentally blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete, and it is the form of all transcendental mellows. It is not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated by the material qualities, there is no question of its being involved with Maya, illusion. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. So this is from Padma Purana, and it is quoted or cited in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 17:133. Srila Prabhupada says, in order to get happiness, we simply have to sacrifice a little time and chant Hare Krishna. I'm looking for one shorter quote. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And this is the last I will read for you. Many fools, not knowing the transcendental nature of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, sometimes impede our loudly chanting this mantra. Yet one who is actually advanced in the fulfillment of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra induces others to chant also. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartana, unless one receives special power of attorney from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he cannot preach the glories of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. As devotees propagate the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the general population of the entire world gets the opportunity to understand the glories of the holy name. While chanting and dancing or hearing the holy name of the Lord, one automatically remembers the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and because there is no difference between the holy name and Krishna, the chanter is immediately linked with Krishna. Thus connected, a devotee develops his original attitude of service to the Lord. So one precious result of chanting the holy name is actually developing a service attitude. And when one has a service attitude, he has nothing to lament for, he has no one to blame, he has no problems, no anxiety. Because this attitude is so powerful. This is the best attitude that one can have the service attitude. Of course, sometimes also devotees fall into this extreme mentality of never saying no to anyone. Now this is dangerous. One has to also be aware of his limits, and sometimes one has to say no, because you don't have unlimited energy. So you have to sometimes say that I need some rest, or I need a break or something. But generally, we have this, we always want to serve, we also always want to help, and this is the service attitude that devotee has. So one may chant Hare Krishna, and like you're chanting Hare Krishna, and then maybe someone comes and says, okay, you were praying for the service, because by chanting Hare Krishna you pray for the service. O Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service. And then someone comes to you and says, okay, so we have some service for you. And you say, oh no, I have to chant. I have to chant 16 more rounds. Why is this not... maybe it's charging. Now imagine when you finish 16 rounds, Krishna says, comes to you and says, you have chanted so nicely, please chant 16 more. You say, oh no, I'm so busy, I have to do this, I have to cook, I have to go out. The silly books. Maybe Krishna will come and tease you, provoke you. Is that okay? And then you say, okay, I will chant 16 rounds, so that it's 32. And then when you finish 60 rounds, Krishna says, oh, you have chanted 32 rounds so nicely, can you please chant 16 more? So, by this little exercise, you can see actually how much you are enthusiastic, how much you are eager to chant more and more. So, you may ask, what will be the result of so much chanting? And the answer is very difficult. The result of so much chanting is more chanting. So it's, oh no! So, I was hoping to have some rest, but you say now, if I chant so much, I chant whole day, and then at the end I was hoping to get some prasadam, especially if it's a fasting day. Yes, you can take prasadam, but then after prasadam, you are getting new energy, new fuel, new benzene. After prasadam, you continue to chant, and to get tired again, and hungry again. Okay, so now the last thing I wanted to suggest to you, to have success partnership based on japa. We spoke about this, some of you were here when we spoke about this. To have a success partnership based on japa, and this kind of success partnership is called japa partnership. It's called japa partnership. So that means the two devotees help each other to improve their japa. Or you can have a holy name partnership where you also help to improve attendance of kirtan and japa. So everything in relation to the holy name. And then what can you do on a practical side? What can you do? So you can measure the quantity and the quality of your chanting, and you can report to another devotee how much you have chanted today. How to measure the quality? Well, you can measure how much you think you were sincerely chanting, with feeling, with affection. And you can think on a scale of 1 to 10, On a scale of 1 to 10, how was your japa today, quality-wise? Okay, you have chanted 16 rounds, that's quantity. So you may try to measure it and report it to another devotee. This is about my japa. And then when you know that you have to report, you feel more like focused, more responsible. You want to have a nice report for another devotee, so you want to chant better. So this can help. Then also, we notice that devotees don't chant the whole Mahamantra, they skip syllables or they skip names. That's a big problem actually, and this happens. Once in Croatia, we had a japa time, and our temple president asked one devotee to come with a Walkman. You know Walkman? So Walkman is not relevant anymore because we have phones. But before there was a Walkman with tapes. So he came, he put the Walkman in his pocket, and he was going from devotee to devotee, pretending that he is looking for something here in the temple room, in the room where we were chanting, and he recorded all of us secretly, illegally. And Prabhu gave class, and at the end of the class he says, I have something for you. I have a surprise for you. And he played it to us. And out of 10 or 12 of us, only one devotee was chanting whole Mahamantra. Avaduta Prabhu again, the one who is chanting in his sleep. My dear friend, one of the first devotees that joined in Croatia. So we were all skipping names or syllables. So now you may say, my God, maybe I am doing this, but how can I find out? I mean, sometimes devotees get so angry when someone points out that they don't chant properly. They get very angry. But actually, one should ask other devotees to tell him if he is skipping the names or skipping the syllables. And also, there is one very simple thing we can do to check if we are chanting the whole Mahamantra, that is recording. Now you may say, well, secret recording is the best, when you don't know that you are recording. But you may say, well, if I record myself, I will try to chant well, so that the recording is good. But believe me, if you are chanting every day improperly and not chanting 16 names, there is no way you can chant properly during recording. Maybe one round you make it, but then the concentration become weaker, and then second round, if you have a bad habit, it will show up in the recording, even if you record yourself. So I think this is very good. Sometimes you put your phone, on recording, you forget actually that you're recording. So you forget that you're recording, so you will make mistakes. And that's very good, because you will catch yourself making mistakes. So this is one very practical way in which you can check if you are chanting 16 rounds or chanting the whole Maha Mantra on every beat. Because devotees don't chant whole Maha Mantra on every beat. They speed up. Some chant, I don't believe in 5 minute round. I don't believe in 5 minute round. Because you can do it if you don't breathe. But if you breathe, it's difficult. It's difficult to do it. And one devotee was chanting when inhaling. Now, you can only whisper if you chant while inhaling. Because he wanted to save time. By not breathing in. When you breathe in, you cannot chant, only when you breathe out. But I'm not sure if it's proper. And you see, Prabhupada, this slower version of Srila Prabhupada's japa it gives you time to breathe in. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So, how many seconds one Maha Mantra? What's the question?
Yeah, how long would it be then one round in such
16 rounds is like 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah,
You measured it.
It's on YouTube. So, I mean, chanting the Prabhupada.
Yeah, I mean, Prabhupada writes in one letter that speed is not so important. But also it's not good to chant too slow. This is also not good. But also it's not good to chant so fast that you skip the names. So therefore, as everything we do, we need to practice some good chanting, not only speed, but also with feeling. Speed is the mechanical side of it, but also chanting with feeling. And then, maybe you have noticed that when you chant attentively, it takes less time. Who has this experience? When you chant attentively, it takes less time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somehow Krishna controls time, and Krishna controls the clock. So maybe Krishna slows down the clock. No, he doesn't slow down the clock because time is the same everywhere. He has to slow down all the clocks, not only our clock, but so yeah. So this is something we can do, some practical thing. And so when we speak, I mean, when you meet a devotee and ask him, how are you? You can ask him, how is your japa? Oh, don't ask. It's horrible. It's horrible. My japa is all over the place. In the bus, on the bus, in my car, on the clicker, chanting on the clicker, then on the phone, with the YouTube. I mean, laptop japa, mobile phone japa, smartphone japa. So, and if we want to show Krishna that we are serious about our japa, then we have to decide what we want to do. And I suggest this success partnership. This shows Krishna that we are serious. These two devotees who do a japa partnership, they show Krishna that they are serious about their japa, because they are going to report to each other. They are going to be very serious about this. And I have started this recently with one devotee, and we are going to report. We're going to report. And in this way you feel more responsible towards your japa. And you say to Krishna, Krishna, please help me, I want to show you that I'm serious about my japa. And then you will see Krishna Shakti is coming. Then you develop a desire to preach, develop service attitude, and prasadam tastes better. And people are so unfortunate. Today I saw a video of a man who was living in the temple, and he even said that he felt sweetness while chanting, but then he left everything. I don't know if he's still chanting. I hope he's still chanting. But he looks very worn down, and like he went to some other community because devotees are impractical and devotees don't practice what they preach. I don't know. I don't know him, I cannot say, but he said that he had a taste and he felt sweetness. So we know that our japa can be mainly mechanical. It's called finishing rounds. I finished my rounds, finally. Therefore, when you finally finish your rounds, Krishna comes and taps you on your shoulder and he says, 16 more, please. This was a good try, this inattentive japa. Now I want to hear 16 attentive japa. Then please don't do it. But if you chant very well, Krishna will ask you to chant more. So don't chant well. this bogus seminar. Bogus. Don't chant well, because Krishna will ask you to chant more. What will you do then? There will be no time for prasadam. We will have to chant and chant and chant. And like Maharaj Ranti, they wanted to break the fast. Then people are coming saying, I want, give me this food and water. He couldn't eat. So the conclusion of our second part of our seminar is don't chant well, because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Krishna may become attracted to your chanting and he may steal you. He is Hari. He may steal you for himself. Then, you cannot fall in love with anybody else. You cannot have a romance. You cannot have a romance. So, chanting well is dangerous. Any questions?
How are you?
How is my japa?
Yes.
Do you have a Facebook? This is private information. My japa, I will tell you, in front of everybody. My japa is such that I want to cry, but not because of love of Krishna, but because it's so bad. You understand? And the reason I'm teaching about this is also to help myself. But I started Success Partnership, so I'm trying to show Krishna that I'm serious. A japa partnership, that I'm serious about my japa. So I will make an effort to improve it. Any other questions? You can ask me some other things. How is my other things? Reading or so, how is my relationships with devotees, or what else is there? My worship is not very good. Puja. What else? We have Shravanam, Kirtanam. How is my 9 processes of devotional service? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Prasadam. I missed the lunch. And I went to the kitchen and the prasadam missed me. I mean, prasadam was conspicuous by its absence. Do you know this phrase? You can translate into German. Prasada was conspicuous by its absence. Noticeable. You could notice that prasadam is absent. I heard in the kitchen someone was enthusiastically washing the pots, and when I look at the clock, I saw that lunch is already was finished 3-4 hours ago. Then I thought, all prasadam is gone. No, it's okay. I'm joking a little bit. It's okay. Prasadam, my prasadam is very good when I wait. Oh, well, I will speak about this when we have our number 4. But I want to attract you to that session. It comes the day after tomorrow, prasadam session. Actually, for prasadam session, can we have some cookies or something? Oh my God! Then Ekadashi cookies. Is there some Ekadashi cookies? Something Ekadashi puris. Yeah. Ekadashi pizza. Yeah, we had Ekadashi pizza in Bonn. You can ask Lamrita Mataji. We had Ekadashi pizza in Bonn. Yeah, with no, it was not Ekadashi. It was vegan. Sorry, it was vegan. So I want to tell you this. I will tell you also on Thursday. I mean, especially those who are a little older. If you are over 40, you don't have to raise your hands. If you are over 40, don't eat until you digest the previous meal. It's really healthy. You will not need medicine if you do this, because the body heals itself if you give it space. The body heals itself if you give it space. So give it space. And so I don't know about you, but I know when I'm really, really hungry. It's not when you feel it here, like here, but actually when you hear it from here. And better it does 2 times or 3 times when this sound from the stomach, crick, crick, crick. So then you know now it's completely empty. But if you put food on food, then your body doesn't have space to heal, and time and energy. It uses energy to digest all this mess. Food on food, food on food. But if you put food on an empty stomach, it can digest well. It's very healthy. So this is invitation for the 4th session on Thursday. Okay, who has the best last question? The best question. About the holy name, not Prashant.
Can we sing some more holy names, Prabhuji?
Wow, that's the best request. Yes, I need a harmonium. Wonderful, thank you. The best question.